Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. Our guest is Luann Savage, a senior manager with Sendout Cards, a network marketing online greeting card company. Welcome to the show, Luann.
Thank you, Janine. It's great to be with you. I appreciate this.
Oh, of course. So today we're going to explore the business world of multi-level marketing. Over the years, Luann's involvement within this business structure has provided her with some great insights. So, Luann, let's start off with what all entrepreneurs want to know when going into business. How do you make money in the multi-level marketing business?
Well, if they're determined to create something big and they take it seriously and do it correctly and continue to do it correctly over and over again, there's no ceiling to what is possible. You need a business with a system in place to follow and be willing to put in the time. You need to find an MLM that feels like the right match for you. It's like finding the right spouse because, in a sense, you'll be married to it. And there are basically two ways to make money within an MLM business. It's selling the products or services and by recruiting other people into the business who will also be selling those products or services and also recruiting other people that do the same. You sell the products and you use the products and you become an expert on the products. You gather product stories. You hopefully have a product story of your own of why you got started. Then you aren't selling, you're simply sharing. Because you have faith in the products you sell, you believe in the company you represent, you search out others who want what you want.
Okay. So then the basic way then, and to let me reiterate, to make money in a multi-level marketing business, you need to, it is the product or service that you're selling that you get some sort of a percentage off of that, as well as creating the downline, which is recruiting people into your business. So you'll make money off of when people come in, as well as you'll make money off of the people who you've brought in who are using the product or service or selling the product or service, as well as anybody that they bring in, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so that now that we've taken care of that, we know how we're going to make money inside a multi-level marketing business. What do you find the common problem that most people encounter once they've made the decision to invest into a multi-level marketing company?
Well, right from the starting line, you better be sure there will be support from your upline. Make sure your sponsor really understands the business and the compensation plan and is a strong believer in the product. And will they be there to help you work through issues? Without support, people lose interest and quit. One bad experience will taint them to all MLMs. Another problem would be if their focus is only on one aspect of the business. With some, it was the product that drew them. It may have done wonders for them, or they saw how it impacted someone they know. They believe that others can benefit from using the product. Yes, a passion for the product is a plus. However, are you your own best customer? Another problem might be if their goal was simply to build a large downline, but they don't have that real interest in the product. They don't have personal stories to share. They hope that others coming into their business will have the convincing stories. However, in their enthusiasm, they don't properly vet the people they recruit. Then because those people were oversold, they don't work the business because it wasn't a good fit for them. It has to be the right match for you. I really love health and nutrition, but my passion isn't to sell it. I love to read about it and learn of it and attend certain meetings for my own knowledge, but I don't want to depend on what I know to sell herbal supplements. So as much as I care about it, it wouldn't be a good fit for me. Some just think they can start an MLM and perhaps try it for a year, but you must know ahead that it'll take years and perseverance. With any of these, people can lose confidence in an MLM.
Right. Cool. So now that we've covered how you can make money and some of the problems that someone can encounter once they decide to join an MLM, how would you advise someone, if they've done a little bit of research and they're ready to jump in with a particular multi-level marketing company, how would you advise them to avoid some of the problems that you just discussed?
Well, you've got to know the person who signed you up or sponsored you. I've had people tell me they wish they would have signed up under me because they don't even know the person who signed them up. They never heard from them again, or that person is not in the business anymore. And you need to know the products and the benefits of using the products or services. Hopefully you can find a business with a product that the majority of people can use. And you should find out how long the company's been in business and be able to explain the compensation plan clearly. If it's confusing, people think they can never know it. And be now the person you want to become. Never think less of yourself. Also, go to events and get in on the weekly calls. Every bit of wisdom moves you forward. And find your why, the why that makes you cry. You need the compelling why to keep you going each day.
Well, that's a very wise saying. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
So then, so just to reiterate then, to avoid running into some of these problems, you have to accept that this is a business, like any other business, like any other entrepreneurial venture that you're going to get into. You have to treat it as such, even though there might be some marketing that you are handed. There's a lot of information provided to you. There might also be some systems and processes already in place. Bottom line, you need to treat it like a business and work it like a business and understand that, it's just like anything else. I've got to understand my products and services and the benefits and values it's going to bring to someone, and I need to understand the structure of the company so that, because part of the multi-level marketing is building your downline, if I don't understand and know how to properly explain the compensation plan to someone, then it's not going to appeal to anybody because they won't understand how they can make money other than selling the product or service, correct?
Correct. You got to do your homework before you get involved.
Okay, so this is a lot of really good information, which I greatly appreciate you sharing with us today. So with all of your experience through the years in this type of a business structure, what do you find to be, when you're talking to people, the common misconceptions that they have regarding multi-level marketing businesses?
One misconception is those who think MLMs are illegal or call them scams or pyramid schemes. MLMs certainly are not illegal. They've been around for many years. And as for a pyramid scheme is illegal because they recruit people at a heavy price, but there's no products that are being sold. And an MLM is always about a product being sold. It's just that the company chose direct selling as its way to bring their product to market instead of a brick-and-mortar store. They choose word-of-mouth recommendations instead of expensive buildings and expensive advertising. Network marketing is simply recommending. We've been doing that all our lives with movies, restaurants, books, and a whole bunch of stuff, but nobody's ever offered to pay us for that. Some claim MLMs are get-rich-quick schemes. Well, that certainly isn't the case because there's dedicated work involved. You have to be willing to work beyond your comfort zone. And then there's those who believe it's too good to be true. People don't see how something so inexpensive to get into can have so much promise. Some think that the promising future would be in purchasing an expensive franchise. Franchise are at the least hundreds of thousands of dollars to get into. These people believe that's what it will take to make it big and be their own boss. However, that carries headaches of employees and paychecks, rent, utilities, plus the food or products that will be for sale. With an MLM, instead of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started, you pay only hundreds, and you don't have the headaches of the franchise. You're your own boss, though, and in a way you are looking for good employee types in the people you bring into your downline. You're looking for people who want to work the business with you, and you help them to win along with you. It happens all the time. MLM or network marketing is the best business model there is. It's the only one that will still pay you years down the road for something you did correctly years earlier.
Wow, that sounds really it sounds like a really good model to consider getting into.
Yeah.
If you do know that you have, the dedication and that you want to be an entrepreneur as opposed to someone who would prefer to be, in a cubicle or somewhere else where they're working for someone. It sounds like a more structured first venture, if you will, if that is something that you want to get into, or maybe if you are heading towards retirement age and you don't want to sit still doing nothing, maybe consider, once you retire from, your 30-year gig at whatever company you've been working at, maybe you should start looking into maybe a multi-level marketing company that speaks to you, and you can work on building that to have some income to add to your nest egg that you've saved.
And now's a good time to be doing that while you are working in that cubicle for some big corporation. You got a lot of people around you can talk to, at lunch.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Why not try your hand at it? And plus, I think, getting into a multi-level marketing company, the expense, several $100s depending on the business. If you look at it, if I am a burgeoning entrepreneur, what better way to taste what life is going to be like doing that? Because you can apply, anything that you have to do to work your business, whether it's multi-level marketing or something you opened up your own, a doctor, a dentist, a chiropractor, a restaurateur, whatever it is, it's all the same. It's all the same hard work. And, why not try with an MLM where you have some things already in place for you? You're not starting from ground zero to even see if that is a road that you want to consider taking. Because I think, like you mentioned before, people think it's a get-quick-rich scheme or it's too good to be true, and they think that on some ends I don't have to do any work because maybe that's the way, they envisioned it. But bottom line, it's like any other business. It's hard work, and you got to invest the time and the effort if you want to make anything out of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, great. I really enjoy what you've shared with us today. I believe that our listeners now have a better grasp of what exactly a multi-level marketing business is, and what they should look for when they're considering joining one, and what to look for once they've actually joined one. So now that we've covered kind of the business end of it, and I appreciate you sharing all this great value to us, I want to learn a little bit more about you. How did you get involved with this business structure?
Okay. Well, it was my youngest daughter who introduced me to Send Out Cards in late 2006. It seemed to me Send Out Cards was made for me since I'd always been a letter writer and a card sender. And because I'd always been a picture taker as well, I started scanning my pictures and sending cards to practically everybody I had photos of, then to everybody who had ever been important in my life, including Jan, my ex-husband. I sent Jan a card with a picture of a plane he used to fly and love, and he called me because he loved the card and wanted to know how he could send that same card to other guys he knew. So we got together on March 23rd, 2007, and never would have guessed that we would later look back on that day as our first date. We were remarried exactly 3 months later on June 23rd, 2007, and we had been divorced for 30 years.
Wow.
So that just goes to show there's power in sending these cards. It's fun for me now to say my favorite send-out card story is actually my own. And my 3 kids and their spouses are very much card senders now. And I, of course, sent a card to Send Out Cards, thanking them and letting them know how instrumental Send Out Cards was in getting Jan and me back together. And Cody Bateman, the creator of Send Out Cards, then offered his media guy to be our wedding photographer at no charge to us. Send Out Cards then did a little video story on us and showed it at the 2007 Send Out Cards convention. I fell more in love with this company and its concept. It's truly a thoughtful and personable company. And Send Out Cards has a twofold mission: to help people act on their prompting and provide a vehicle for financial freedom. It's about making a living through giving, changing lives one card at a time. The cards have always been about sending out gratitude, appreciation, and recognition. Appreciation wins out over self-promotion every time. And Cody Bateman says, you could come from Yale or you could come from jail. Network marketing is the only profession that levels the playing field. It's about what you put in today that will give back tomorrow. It has nothing to do with your past. With an MLM, you can come in with no college degree. You already have what you need to be successful. With MLM, you're only limited by your imagination. What I love about Send Out Cards is they're always looking out for better ways to reward their distributors. And they have such a team that is continually searching for new ways of making the sending of the cards more fun and to give more recognition to the senders. Because of that, just last summer, Send Out Cards introduced the optional personal branding package for the backs of our cards. No longer having the Send Out Cards logo on the back of your card, the sending is totally regarding the sender. And everyone does look at the back of the card when they receive one. It's your chance to brand yourself in your relationship marketing. Also,
sorry. So what you're saying is that one of the reasons why you got into this particular multi-level marketing business is because it speaks to your heart. It's more personable than some of the others, and that the business is always growing and changing to meet the need of the person working the business as well as the consumer who is going to benefit from the use of the business, correct?
Right. It's like a family, and they're always looking to make it nicer for the family. I love that about them.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you were able to find a business that really spoke to you. As you mentioned before, that is something that you need to look for when you're considering any business, any multi-level marketing business. It needs to speak to you. I'm glad that you were able to find that with Send Out Cards. Is there anything else that you wanted to just mention real quick? Anything in regards to information to our listeners that would be good to know about MLMs in general? Anything else that we didn't touch on earlier? Or do you think you were able to get everything out that you think our listeners should know just to get them started?
Well, I think I got everything out. I just had a couple more things I just wanted to throw in about Send Out Cards. Just one more thing. They also have introduced last year Sincere, which is like Pinterest for greeting cards. And now there are probably about 80,000 cards in Sincere, created and submitted by Send Out Card users for the use of any other card user. You just log in and do a search, and when you find the card you're looking for, you just click on it, and it takes you back to your Send Out Card card editor, and then you can tweak it and make it your own. And we also have a phone app now, so you can send cards from your mobile phone in minutes. Just take a picture of someone you just meet and create a great to meet you card with them right there, then type in their address, and you can even enclose brownies with their card. And I just think their delight in a couple of days when they receive that card, they just might want to be able to do that themselves. Or a realtor could take a picture of a serious buyer in front of a house they love and send them a card saying, "Welcome home," maybe with a question in parentheses. Or take a photo of a house that's for sale by owner and send the card to the seller informing them of the realtor's service.
That's cool.
I just love Send Out Cards. I believe every business and every family has a need for it. It's relationship marketing, and that means every kind of relationship building, business and personal. Businesses have a need to touch their customers and clients, and we all have a need to hear from people who are important to our lives. And we need those words of appreciation. With Send Out Cards, we could hold those words in our hands and read them again and again. Well,
that's really cool. I'm glad that there is something out there for people who like the personableness of a business, and I'm glad that you were able to share that with us today. So I want to say on behalf of myself and our audience, Luann, I want to really thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
Oh, Janine, it was such my pleasure.
Well, wonderful. So now if someone wanted to reach out to you, what is the best way that they could contact you?
Well, they could go to my Send Out Cards site, which is sendoutcards.com/Luann. That's Luann. And there's up there in the top left, you could click on that little, contact me area and write something. My Send Out Cards distributor ID is 16448. My email is luann.soc, like sock, send out cards, @gmail.com. My cell phone, where it'd be good to text me, is 949-525-1052. And I do have a Facebook Send Out Cards business site, which is Luann's Cards 24/7.
Okay, great. So if anyone listening wants to go ahead and reach out to Luann, you can go to sendoutcards.com/Luann, Luann. You can email her at luann.soc@gmail.com, or you can text her at 949-525-1052. And if you're on Facebook, you can check her out at Luann's Cards 24/7. Well, great. Again, Luann, I really appreciate you taking your time to come on with us today. And I also want to send a thank you to all those that have tuned in to listen to us. I want you to have a wonderful day, and I want you to go out there and take some focused action for moving forward in your business.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.